had Nick in second the last couple of weeks
Sure.
and my predictions, and I changed it to Derek in second.
What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So the exact same spot where Hadi and his coach Hani were spotted, giving a sneak peek of his quads just 1 week before delivering one of the most dominating performances of Hadi's entire career, and that was at the Arnold, Ohio last year. Hadi and Hani were spotted going through one final leg workout, one grueling quad session again, just 1 week before the Olympia this year. So we have seen throughout this year, people have raised so many questions in regards to Hadi's legs, especially one of his legs not looking as big during this year's Olympia prep as it was before the Arnold, Ohio last year. And that was especially the case after one of his updates that he posted about 8 to 9 weeks out. But now, 1 week before the show, they are looking full blown. So that kind of answers all the questions about his quads, although we do have to wait till he steps on the stage, whether they look the way they did last year at the Arnold or last year at the Olympia, where they were looking a bit downsized. Now, as far as this observation is concerned, that Hadi doesn't look as shredded or as detailed in some of the videos that we have seen from him in the past couple of weeks. The reason being, they went for more size, more fullness. Well, most of us just do not see Hadi stepping on the stage anything less than 100%, especially from the conditioning perspective. If anything, he's going to be the most perfectly peaked guy come Olympia this year, because he's all fresh, the only guy from last year's Olympia top 6 who did not compete throughout this year. And we have to keep in mind, this isn't just Hadi's legacy on the line. Hani Rembold's reputation, that is also at stake. And how can one imagine that Hani Rembold won't be able to peak the one and only athlete on his roster? So Hadi has never been outside of that top 2 since 2022. And if he brings a bare package, then the Arnold, Ohio last year, he's pushing for that first place, and there is zero doubt about that. If he is better than the Arnold, Ohio 2024, the man is winning the Olympia this year. Before you scroll or blink too hard, have you subscribed yet? Please don't make me bring out the emotional blackmail. Hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell icon. It's free, it's painless, and that makes me look way cooler than I actually am.
First place. What I'm saying is I had Nick in second the last couple of weeks.
Sure.
And my predictions, and I changed it to Derek in second because I saw Derek's legs yesterday.
Oh.
So we have got to give the credit to some of these podcasters like Fuad and Dennis James. Together they created a lot of hype for this year's Mr Olympia. And we all know all these predictions, they don't really mean anything. But some of these guys, they have access to latest physique updates and how some of these guys, especially the top guys, are looking right now. And these updates are something that we do not see on social media. So, what made DJ change his prediction about Derek Lunsford? So, Derek has been one of the most overlooked Olympia champion, especially in this year's Olympia lineup. And it is kinda wild to think that some people out there, they have him as low as 4th or some even 5th. So Dennis James changed his prediction in regards to Derek based on the way his quads are looking a little more than 1 week out from the Olympia. So Derek moved all the way to second, beating Nick Walker and Hadi which means Derek made some mind-blowing improvements throughout this year's Olympia prep and during that mini off-season that started after Pittsburgh Pro this year.
Derek's legs look good.
Fucking great.
That's the, that's his biggest flaw.
If he shows up with those legs,
yeah,
then he made some major improvement.
So I for one have said this over and over again, that a vast majority of the bodybuilding community, they are making the exact same mistake in regards to Derek that they did before this year's Arnold. Apparently, nobody learned their lesson, despite witnessing the fact that even and off Derek, That was still good enough for the judges to give him first place over the mutant at the Pittsburgh Pro. And that was the all-time best version of Nick Walker. So Derek's shape, his proportions, the way this guy is put up together, that is so beautiful. Arguably one of the best proportions in the entire men's open at the moment. And just imagine Derek showing up with bigger, more fuller quads. And all that is gonna do is enhance his aesthetics, his shape, his beautiful proportions. If Derek is able to maintain all that volume, all that size on his quads, especially after he drops the water, I'm gonna say this again. Everyone out there is in trouble, including the reigning champion Samson Dauda. So that height controversy of Mike Sommerfeld that keeps on circulating all over bodybuilding media outlets. And honestly, there are pictures being posted from the previous contest where Mike's standing next to a guy like Terence Ruffin and Ramon Dino, which makes the claim of his current height kind of questionable. So this has become such a trending topic in classic physique right now that even Terence Ruffin, he had to respond to this question about Mike's height.
So honestly, that's like outside of my control, so I'm not gonna worry about it. They're supposed to be live streaming the weigh-ins, so ideally the Olympia, gets rid of all doubt. Mike gets heighted, he should be fine. We're all good to go. And yeah, but I'm gonna beat him either way. So that's the mindset going into it. It's not something I need to focus on or worry about.
So as far as this new criteria goes for classic physique division, all the athletes, their heights are measured just once per year, and then that measurement, that is logged for the entirety of the year. So the weigh-ins, they will be obviously done live in front of thousands of people, and that is gonna happen in about 1 week time. So what do you guys think about this whole controversy?
Yo, man, I don't need to guess, man. We're winning it. I got this years and years ago when I was placing second to Chris, and I still believe 100% that's happening.
Well, let's also take a look at the physique update that Terence Ruffin posted today. The man is on the money, 1 week out, possibly from the biggest show of his entire career, and all that is left is cruising into the show and peaking 100%. So there is zero doubt in Terence's mind that he's winning the Classic Physique Olympia title in 1 week time. There is nobody more vocal and more confident than Terence Ruffin, who maintained this stance all throughout this year, that he has made plenty of improvements all around his physique, and that is why the man is that confident, and rightfully so. So Terence is one of the most experienced guys in this year's Classic Olympia lineup, after of course Brian, and he has been very mindful of taking the much needed time off in order to evolve with the division. I believe his 2023 physique that simply would not have made top 4, especially in this kind of lineup now, because the depth of classic physique, that is looking absolutely nuts this time. So where did you guys have Terence landing at his 8th Mr Olympia competition? So who has been the most overlooked guy from the first call out from last year's Mr Olympia? That is 100% Martin Fitzwater. The guy had some of the most impressive Olympia debut since Phil Heath back in 2008 and Hadi in 2019. Is there any other pro that comes to your mind after 2008 who cracked top 4 at his Olympia debut? And that wasn't a fluke. Martin just peaked 100% for that show, and he was able to beat guys like Andrew Jagged and Hunter Labrada. And here we have the first sneak peek from Martin today. So this was taken when he was about 10 days out, and also when he was 10 pounds heavier. So 100% guaranteed that one thing that Martin and his coach, they are least concerned about going into this year's Mr Olympia, that is his weight. They played a little too much into the numbers game for his last show, which was the Pittsburgh Pro, and they paid the price. So what version of Martin can we expect come Olympia this year? A dry and a very ripped version, because that is something that originally allowed him to shake up the first Olympia call-out last year at his Olympia debut. So the man has stayed very quiet all throughout this year's Olympia prep. But Martin has got to make a big statement at his second only Mr Olympia. And it is kind of great that they are playing to their strengths, as Martin won't ever be amongst the biggest or the widest guy in the Open Olympia lineup. And the fact is, he doesn't need to be to excel. So, can Martin be in that top 4 or top 5 come Olympia this year? So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.